I hope that everybody had a wonderful Sunday today. Y'all tap the screen. We're going to get started here. Y'all tap the screen, tap the screen. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We're going to see who in these streets today. We're going to see who in these streets today. Hello, welcome in, Poppy. Okay, how are you?
Hola, Hillary, hello. Hola, ¿cómo están? Saludos. Soy un amigo de Hillary, venezolano, que vive en Estados Unidos. Hablo muy bien español, no hablo casi inglés. Paso por aquí para saludarlos, ya que ella me pidió el favor de saludar a su audiencia. Espero que todos y todas estén bien. Me llamo Daniel, por cierto. Vivo en Lexington, Kentucky.
And are you Dominicano?
What?
Dominican?
Venezuelan.
Yeah, okay, you speak Spanish?
Sí, español.
Well, you look like you're a very handsome man.
Sorry, no entiendo.
Caliente, Poppy.
My English no is good, Hillary.
Did you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
No te entiendo. Ay, Dios.
No. Well.
Mi English no is good. Mi English is one shit. Hablo bien español, sí, inglés no.
Look at the comment. Look at the comment. Somebody said something in the comment.
Gracias.
Can you see the comments? We're having. Well, I appreciate you for coming in my live. I wouldn't be able to communicate with you, but you look awfully handsome. Y'all tap the screen. Anybody in here speak Spanish? The words I know, he would know the only couple words I know how to say in Spanish. But anyway, adios. Thank you.
Thank you. Adios.
Adios. Well, what was he saying? Will you translate for me what he was saying? What was he saying to me? I heard him say my name. What was he saying, y'all? Willie, what was he saying? It kind of got me off track. Y'all tap the screen. We're going to get into this show. But y'all tap the screen. Can somebody translate if what he was saying, if they remember? Anybody remember? He back in my request box again. Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me? Are we frozen? He's back in my request box, you guys. I wonder if he... I don't think he knows he's requested to come back in my box. I'm a say bye. You can hear me? Is that? Anyhow, guys, so let me say this. So were you guys able to see Joe Diddy now completely transforming? Now, I guess Charles is trying to be the bad villain and Joe trying to be the angel. It makes no sense. Your choir boy act is not fooling nobody. Your choir boy act is not fooling nobody. So you come to Connecticut to court with that same damn energy you had on here, cussing out black people and belittling Jamaican food and everything else that you had. Why is it all of a sudden that you want to act like you so humble and you so nice and you this and you that, Joe Diddy? It makes no sense. Can y'all tap the screen for Miss Hillary? I need y'all to tap the screen. Tapping the screen motivates me to do what I need to do on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. So y'all do some power taps for me. I would appreciate it. And let me see who is in the box. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Gracias. Hello. How are you? Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I've been out of the loop of with Charles and Netta, so can you help me?
Yes, I will hip you. So I drop you because I don't want to hip you on this live. You can go and check out everything on my YouTube channel on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show and start from the bottom and work your way up. And you will be caught up completely on that. It's hours upon hours of to get you caught up. So, but you can go on YouTube at your own leisure and you can do that. Thank you for the gifts, everyone. Thank you, Lexi Mama. I appreciate it. So you guys just tap the screen and I'm finna fill y'all in on court this week. But I want to get my likes up to 5K. Y'all want the tea? I just ask that you tap the screen. That's what we do. Just tap, 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 and I'll do what I need to do. And then we can get to 5K. And then I'm going to tell you guys, because y'all don't even know what the action is about. Y'all don't even know what Joe Diddy has to come down here and defend. Now, I want to say this because I know this person is in this live right now. And if this would have been 2 years ago, you would have literally had me getting unhinged by the message you sent me. But I just want to be very clear to you. See, this is one thing that Miss Hillary Sanchez has learned in the last year, a year plus, is that you have to learn how to love yourself. And what is meant for you, what God has sent for you, will always be for you. No one can take that away from you, okay? I'm very, very secure in myself, who I am, and what I have. So you making those messages or comments in my box is not in no way, shape, or form going to impede what I think of myself or my marriage. And that's the whole gag, that you clearly don't have nothing else better to do. But I appreciate your comment, and I didn't even block you because it's not even worth that for me. Hey, Mia, how are you, Mia? Good evening, Miss Sanchez. Good evening, good evening, superhero. Good evening. Yeah. So it really is. Y'all just power tap for Miss Hillary. It's amazing to me how complete strangers could try to tell you something about what's going on in your personal life or your marriage or your relationships. It's just funny to me. No one can take away anything God has for you. And I stand on that. And that's just the bottom line. Now, what I will say, is that for some apparent reason, there are people who seem to think that the Miss Hillary Sanchez show is in competition with them. I'm not in any competition with anyone. I do what I choose to do on my show, on my platform. I broadcast it on multiple streaming platforms, and that's what I do. People who understand and support Miss Hillary Sanchez understands what Miss Hillary is doing, and they understood the assignment. They understand the assignment, their part. They're very supportive of me, and that's great. Joe Diddy does not dictate what we do on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. No one does it. I am the creator of this page. I'm the one that makes the decisions on my page, what I have on and what I don't have on. But I want to go through some causes of action so that you guys can understand what these court cases are about. And I told you that I was going to start taking you through these series and segment of each thing, but I'm going to break it down so that y'all can all understand. I just need y'all to use that finger to power tap for me. Let's get the likes up, and I'm going to start. So we're going to start with one of the first actions. And one of the first actions is actually not a civil or personal action. It's actually a criminal complaint. And it wasn't anything that, I can make the proper reports and show, okay, this is what this person said, or this is what this person posted. But it's actually up to the authorities to gather that information and make sure that it came from this particular person's account. Then they have to do search warrants to find out who's the owner of the account. And then once they identify that, they do their whatever they do with those authority people do to make sure that it's the actual person and they've identified who they are and that it's actually them and it's coming from the phone that they're using and login information. It all comes back to the same people. Then that's when you get into the criminal stuff part of it. And still, the only part that I'm playing in the criminal part of the cases against these people, as I will explain specifically for y'all, is I'm the victim. I am the bottom line is I'm the victim, and they've already hung themselves out with what they put out and what they've said and their phone calls, the voicemail messages, the recordings, the post. All of that is just evidence. So it is what it is. So sitting back quiet and being quiet now and not doing anything, and you guys don't see them out here running their mouths about me or saying anything about me, is because the majority of them have already been alerted by the FBI. In particularly, I know for a fact that one girl was in Chicago, was already had a knock at her door on a phone call, one of the two. And so I knew that based upon them telling me what they were going to do. So, but it all kind of goes back, you guys, on Joe Diddy, and you got Omar, who reached out to Joe Diddy so that Omar could get clout and be relevant because he don't have nothing else better to do. And so he went to try to align himself with Joe Diddy to come to attack me. In the meantime, he brought his moderators and he brought two ex-mods that were mod for me less than 2 or 3 weeks. And so these people were all working together, doing all types of nonsense, illegal acts, making threats, death threats, phone calls, harassment, all kinds of things that they were doing. And I just never came on this internet and told y'all about it until the conclusion of their investigation. And what I mean when I say conclusion, I meant where they actually identified them from these fake accounts, because you can make 7, 8 accounts on one phone, and you can do it on your computer and tablet. So they had to do their big one. They had to go and get a criminal complaint, ask the judge to sign for a criminal complaint warrant, to get a warrant filed, to get a search warrant, to send the search warrant to TikTok and different things. There is a lot to this, you guys. So when it gets to the court part of it, the police and the investigators have pretty much done what they needed to do. Now, what's really interesting about this whole situation, y'all tap the screen. My likes ain't going up fast enough. What's interesting to me about this situation is that people don't understand the difference between content creating and doxing someone, which is illegal, threatening, harassing them, criminal harassment, calling someone's phone at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the morning. It was sick. And a lot of people don't know that I actually had to apply, and I got granted a restraining order against one of my former moderators. Her name is Danielle Curtis. She was just out. It was just crazy to me, the things that this woman was doing, saying, and she's probably in here now punching the air, because if she violates that protection order, she's going her ass to jail. And so a lot of people didn't know that Miss Hillary Sanchez had applied for a protection order and an anti-stalking and harassment order, and that it was actually granted by one of the moderators who was working with Omar, working with Joe Diddy, working with the crew, and all of those other people trying to bring Miss Hillary down or to sabotage my page. Now, what's really interesting is that you have people who are in the medical field, you guys, who risk their medical license, their clearances, violating all types of HIPAA laws, thinking that they being slick, thinking that they don't understand when the police can tap into a phone, can tap into a carrier, can get into these group chats, and can sit back and watch what's being exchanged between text messages, emails, listen in on phone calls. A lot of them just don't get it. They don't get it. And it's unfortunate that they let a social media app get in the way of their freedom. And some of these people got kids, guys. Some of these people got whole life families, and they getting ready to get their ass arrested, and they going to jail. Now, can they bail out? Absolutely. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. Can they bail out? Yeah, they can bail out if they got the money. Absolutely, they can bail out. But what I'm saying is that they are going to be arrested. And it's only a few of them. It's only, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know for a fact as of last week, I know 4 who's going to be arrested. And it all involves Joe Diddy, Omar, and that them Free the Gang people and that crew, that Hottie crew, all working in unison. But four, I think I said four, but it's actually five of them who got criminal stuff on them, and they're gonna find out. They're going to find out. And this is why you don't see them on this internet no more, talking and lying on Miss Hillary Sanchez and making their threats and doing the things that they do. You couldn't pay them to get their ass on here doing what they was doing 4, 5, and 6 weeks ago. You couldn't pay them. Yeah, it's very wild. I'm telling you. And see, y'all, I'm gonna produce the receipts. I had put up on my page for a while. I was putting up the receipts so y'all could see that I had an active protection order against a former mod. I'll repost it on my storyline so y'all can see, as well as other orders that are going on. Now that will bring me to why Joe Diddy, why Netta. Y'all know him by Netta. So I'm going to say Netta, y'all tap the screen for me. Thank you. Let's get to 20K. Thank you. Why Joe Diddy, also known as Netta, has to appear in the great state of Connecticut. And here's why. I'm going to give you an example of why. One thing he did was he was sleeping with the enemy. Now, what I mean by that is there were two mods, in particularly one mod, who was actually doxing Joe Diddy on a troll account. One person who befriended Joe Diddy and's cool with Joe Diddy now, and Joe don't even realize that this woman actually was the one who doxed all his addresses, former addresses, phone numbers, new phone numbers, and Joe Diddy didn't even realize how she got his other phone number when Joe Diddy changed the number. I'm going to explain to y'all how this person was able to get Joe Diddy's phone number. I'm going to explain it to you guys so that you guys can understand as we go and we break down this criminal complaint, these charges against Joe Robinson, and then you've got your civil, we got civil stuff, which is, only thing that can happen is monetary damages. But you've got two different criminal things going on with Joe Robinson, also known as Netta. And Joe Robinson is fully aware of these cases. He's very, very aware. I put it up on my backdrop last time when he filed a notice of appearance in court. Was anyone in the room who seen Joe Diddy file his notice of appearance when I showed it all on the live? Did you guys see that? Anybody in here remember when I showed that about 8 days ago? You did? Okay, yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, yep. Okay. So with that being said, if you guys remember, right before that, Miss Hillary Sanchez had shown you guys the police cam, the body cam where they were serving Joe Diddy with those criminal complaints and papers. And do y'all remember looking at the body cam and the papers were down on the floor and you seeing Joe Diddy on the other side of the door, and you clearly could tell that the officer was on the other side of the door with the body cam. Do y'all recall that too? Y'all following me? I hope you following me. I'm watching the comments so y'all can communicate and we'll take it through. Yes? Okay. So that happened. Yeah, so that happened on September 29th. The sheriff's department went out there with the criminal paperwork in hand, and they went out to Joe Diddy. It was on a Sunday, and y'all can look at y'all calendar if you think I'm joking. The 29th was on a Sunday. And obviously, I'm not going to forget that was on a Sunday because we caught him there when he was cooking on his show. So we did it strategically so that way when they went there before, they were trying to serve him. They wouldn't open the door. They could see that they had cameras. And so Joe Diddy then wouldn't open up the door. Okay. We knew that they were in there because the dog was in there. And if you guys remember, y'all tap the screen. Let's tap it for Miss Hillary Sanchez. I don't see my lights going. I look down. If they're not flashing, we got to have a conversation. Y'all tap the screen. We got 100 people in here, 107 people. Let's tap. So then they were trying to go and serve Joe Diddy. And Joe Diddy was not answering the door, nor would Charles answer the door. So we knew they were there because according to Carlos, the manager, before y'all seen him on the second show when Carlos did that 2.5-hour interview on my show last week, Carlos and me had already spoke for hours. Okay. So I knew that Joe Diddy don't leave that dog in that trailer if they're gone a while. But when the police went there, guys, all their cars were in the driveway, and you could tell somebody was there, but they didn't open the door. So I told the sheriff's department, you guys, instead of you just going knocking in the morning or knocking in the afternoon, they're not going to answer the door. I said, this is what we're going to do. You guys wait until I call you. And when I call you and tell you that Joe Diddy is in that kitchen acting like Chef Joe R.D., then I will call y'all, and then y'all mount up and get in y'all cars, and y'all going out there to serve this silverback before he think he can ditch and dodge this paperwork. So when Chef Joe R.D. went in there trying to cook, I seen it on one of my backup pages. I immediately called the sheriff's department. They dispatched the process people out there. And then they went out there, and the Joe Diddy always had that door open when he cooking, because Charles is going back and forth in and out. So they didn't have time they couldn't have stopped the live and got everything shut up in time, because they went in stealth mode. They just shot down there. So after they got there and they gave Joe Diddy the first set of papers. The sheriff's department did. Joe Diddy went for bad, y'all. Joe Diddy gonna throw the papers down on the ground and go inside and stand on the other side of the door like that they didn't serve you with no criminal complaint that you got to answer to. But he left the paperwork. Yeah, Joe Diddy threw the papers down. We got all this on. I got all the body cam. I told y'all we gonna go through series of different things, and y'all be able to see more receipts, all of that. I got all the pictures of their cars, the trailer. I got everything, video and still pictures. We got it all. Don't worry. We're gonna go through this in the most efficient way. So as I was saying, so Joe Diddy had an attitude. And that's where you guys seen the first still picture of Joe Diddy on the inside of that screen door, and the sheriffs were on the other side with their body cams on. Now, so that was done. The other person, which is a civil service processor, had showed up moments after the sheriffs were there, and then they served Joe Diddy with my civil stuff against him. So he had criminal and civil all served on him at the same time. At the same time, Joe Diddy, also known as Netta. So for the people that are just coming in here, when I say Joe Diddy, it's Netta, okay? Because that's how I refer to him, as Joe Diddy. Or I have picked up a name that I've heard this gentleman named DJ Whirl. He calls him Glizzy. I like Glizzy also. So if I say Glizzy or Joe Diddy, y'all, it's all Netta. So you guys will know it's all Netta. But I do like Glizzy too, and it may come out as I'm speaking to y'all, but my apologies. So okay, so he's been served. So he was served on September 29th. Then on October 4th, Joe Diddy, also known as Glizzy, goes and contacts his new manager, who does whatever research they do and do whatever they do, and they got some paperwork to reply back to the case. So what Joe Diddy did was he went and they printed off whatever they needed to print off to reply, and then he took it to Staples in Alabama, and he faxed the documents. He faxed the documents to the Superior Court in Connecticut. He faxed them, and he faxed them to the right place. Everything was right. The only thing that Joe Diddy did wrong, which he doesn't realize, is, and I know y'all know this, you know, anything that you serve with the court, what do y'all have to do? You've got to serve it on the opposing party. Do y'all know that? You know you can't have surprises. You can't be surprised where you just gave the court one thing and you didn't give it to the other party. You have to send it. If you send it on a Monday to the court, you have to send it on a Monday to the opposing party. Y'all following me? Are y'all following me? Okay. So Joe Diddy, Glizzy, failed to forward anything to me. As of today's date, I have not received anything that Glizzy filed with the Superior Court. So what is going to happen with Glizzy's paperwork come next week when it comes time for court? Ms. Hillary Sanchez is going to file what they call a motion to strike. A motion to strike will be to strike his pleadings because he did not serve me, the opposing party, with the documents. And I will tell the court to set aside and do not consider anything that he sent because it's considered ex parte contact. I hope y'all understand some of these legal words that I'm using. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. And no. It's already filed. It's not that I'm not telling him my moves. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's already filed. He knows already. I'm just informing you guys on my show. I'm just informing the viewing audience. He already knows. He already knows that this has already been done. So Glizzy goes down to Staples and writes down some paperwork, y'all, talking about it was last minute that he got served and he lives all the way in Alabama, and if he could get a continuance or have a Zoom or a Skype call. Are we still using Skype? Y'all, excuse me. Are we still using Skype? Is Skype still a thing? I'm not a technology person, but is Skype still a thing? Is Skype still a thing? Because Joe Diddy put it put it in his paperwork that either Zoom, I know Zoom is, but I know that I didn't know Skype was still anything. Yeah, Zoom is. Yeah. So anyhow, he did what he did, and he tried to ask for a a Zoom hearing or something like that. And of course, Miss Hillary Sanchez objected to it. And Joe Diddy has to appear. Joe Diddy has to appear in Superior Court in the state of Connecticut this week. He has to come. If he does not come to court, there will be an arrest warrant put out for his arrest. And then after he gets done with his next his court appearance coming up, he has another court appearance within the next 10 days thereafter that he's going to have to appear to. So he might as well get him an Airbnb down here in Connecticut, because he's going to be in Connecticut court for a while. Now, I hope that y'all kind of understand. Now, let me give you the basis of some of the things that Glizzy was doing with his team. Glizzy and his team, the Hottie crew and Omar and the Freezer gang. I'm going to tell y'all. So they all have this group chat phone call. Somebody's leading one thing, telling them this, telling them that, to try to attack Miss Hillary Sanchez and her platform. And they were trying to attack my sister Mia. Now, Glizzy, because Glizzy at the time had a big account, so he would get all the numbers and could go in a live, and everybody would come into the live, and he could get the views up and all of that, because, Glizzy's an ugly ass man and people are fascinated with his ugly ass, and to try to see what diabolical thing he got his ass in the kitchen calling himself cooking. And I don't know any damn person in the world who takes pre-cooked chicken already. You know damn well you need to do something with that chicken and just take it straight out the freezer and let it thaw out, cut it up, and just put it on a damn salad. That's only some stuff a man would do. But anyhow, I digress. I apologize, y'all. Let me get back on track. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And this is what I say. When you understand the players, when you guys understand the players, and before I go on, you gotta, just because that stuff says pre-cooked and this, you still gotta cook that stuff the way we do it. We put our own touch to it, our own season. We do our own thing. Cook that stuff up how we want it. Let it cool off, and then you can put it on your salad. If you want your chicken cold on your salad, some like it warm, some don't. But it ain't no damn way I'm taking some chicken out of a damn package that was frozen, deep frosted, and then cut it up and put it on a damn salad. No, sorry. Now, back to my story, y'all, because y'all be getting me off track. You get Miss Hillary Sanchez off track. So let me say this, guys. So you got to understand the story. You got to understand the players. So you got the board. I'm finna tell y'all right now how it's been played. You got Joe Diddy at the top of the board, okay? And you got his warriors, okay? Now his warriors initially consisted of his followers, okay, and the Joe bots and all them things that DJ them just pulled out and told everybody he was paying for views and paying for bots and all kind of stuff. So they've already put that out there for us. So we know that. So I don't need to recap that. Y'all tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez. Tap, tap, tap. Thank you. So then we have Joe Diddy up top. Now we have Omar over here to the left of Joe Diddy, and then we have the Hottie crew, which consisted of Daniel Curtis, who I have a restraining order against, and then you got Kayla, who all run the Hottie crew. Now, what's attached to Omar is his Freezer gang. A couple of his Freezer gang is attached to him, and then you got over here, you got Danielle, you got Kayla, you got the Hottie crew, of just a few other women who consist of this Hottie crew that they call themselves. Now, all of them got together in a live. They all got together in a live. And when I say all of them, I'm meaning everybody I just painted out and told y'all about the player board. Okay. So then you got these people in a live for hours about Miss Hillary Sanchez to put out a false narrative of lies because they needed to discredit me because they knew that I knew I had the goods on Joe Diddy. They knew I had the goods on Joe Diddy. So what do they do? What do they conjure up? Okay, so Joe Diddy starts throwing bricks and hiding his hand and letting Omar and the Hottie crew do all the dirty work for them, as well as some of his bots. Okay, they all feeding information to each other. But see, what happened was that you got people who didn't realize that they was giving Joe Diddy false information regarding my personal life, my marriage, my husband, all of that, which brings us to this part that I'm going to pause and tell y'all. On social media, this is very important. Y'all tap the screen. Thank you. Tap the screen. On social media, you can be a content creator, you can have a show, but there's one thing you better not be doing unless you got some money or you got good insurance. Do not come on this internet slandering somebody, lying, making up false, disparaging things about them, or distributing false information about them, and you don't have evidence to back up what you're saying, or you gonna find yourself in a civil courtroom defending yourself in a defamation of character case, a slander case, a libel case, or a negligent infliction of emotional distress case. And that brings me to this part of the story, and that is what Joe Diddy is a defendant in. And then you got Omar, who was a defendant, and you got Nosy Bystander, LLC, who's another defendant. Now, why aren't these three people talking about Miss Hillary Sanchez? Why ain't I in they backdrops? Why ain't they recapping all this fake stuff about she's this, she's that? Her husband has left her and he's in Arizona with another woman, got a baby, living his best life. He been putting out all these damn lies. And then you had Joe Diddy, you had Glizzy running around here with his ugly ass talking about Miss Hillary Sanchez husband took all her money and ran up all her credit cards and left her. This is what Joe Diddy was on this app saying to all his viewing audience, his hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views out here disparaging my husband and me. This is what Glizzy was out here doing for the crew. Well, lo and behold, y'all, they search from high to low. They search from high to low, trying to find, thank you for the gifts, trying to find a divorce paper regarding Miss Sanchez and her husband, an annulment paper, and they couldn't find nothing along with nosy bystander's ass. Okay, now let me tell y'all something. What was so funny to me was the weeks and weeks and weeks, the hours that these guys got on live lying for Joe Diddy and doing what they do. I got a whole Apple phone over here that's just full. The whole phone is full with all them lives that they did, because they'll all be played in court. They'll all be played with in the depositions. The only one who got insurance, and I'm going to tell y'all, out of the three that's already named, which out of Omar, you got Joe Glizzy, Joe Robinson, and you got Nosy Bystander LLC. In my opinion, the only one who got insurance out of the three is Nosy Bystander LLC. Joe Diddy and Omar don't got no insurance, but they got money. They claim they got money, and we're going to find out what they got. We're going to find out what they got. Now, there are a few other ones in that crew that I told y'all who started this, who started it. And see, y'all didn't know this. See, y'all didn't know that the very same person who Joe Diddy accused Miss Hillary Sanchez of leaking his number and doing this and doing that. No, Miss Hillary Sanchez didn't do that. And she can prove it because my videos are recorded and somebody already clocked it. Somebody clocked my former moderator, put out Joe's number on my live stream, and I immediately muted her and told her, don't do that. I don't play like that. That's too far. And it's all on recording. Now, let me tell y'all something, how bright Joe Diddy is. I want to tell y'all how bright Joe Diddy is. Joe Diddy changed his phone number. Okay, I want y'all to follow me. So his phone number was leaked. People was calling him. And he changed his phone number down there at that Boost Wireless, that Wi-Fi, wherever that prepaid phones is sold, Boost Wireless, Mobile, Mint Mobile, whatever them that you pay for your plan 30 days in ahead, Mint Mobile, you know the things that they do, Mint Mobile, whatever. And he went and got his number changed at the phone company. Now I need y'all to follow me. Follow me now. So this man gets a text, an email from a former moderator of mine talking about, I would like to book you for a gig in Washington, D.C. Could you please reach out and let me know what your rates are, and I'd like to get you and Charles booked as soon as possible. Well, this person that stays booked and busy and got all this money, Joe Diddy, immediately replies back to this moderator and puts his new damn phone number in the email. So he didn't send the email back the same day that he got the brand new phone number. Now he done gave this person who already had doxed him the new number. So then I go live, and then Joe Diddy is live, and he get called again. And then this moderator of mine, which I didn't know at the time, she goes under a fake account and she comes back in that fake account and she puts down, call Joe Diddy, y'all, and drop the number again. And then I caught it. I'm hosting my show, but I caught it before I could get it muted. muted. There we go again with Joe Diddy's new number out. But of course, they blame Miss Hillary Sanchez because it was on my show. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. Now, I got receipts from group chats where this moderator showed me everything she done when she was talking to Glizzy, trying to get Glizzy baited in and sucked in to make him think that she had a club or a bar that she wanted to hire him to perform. So this person who I'm just telling y'all about, this person that I'm telling y'all about was sitting on a panel with Glizzy. Okay, y'all tap the screen. Was sitting on a panel with Glizzy, and Glizzy said, y'all send me any dirt y'all got on Miss Sanchez. I put it all over my pages because she needs to be taught a lesson. This is what Glizzy said. And then this girl who been doxing him said, okay, send me your information and we gonna talk and da-da-da-da. So Glizzy didn't even realize he's sleeping with the enemy. He's sleeping with the enemy. They can't stand him. But he thinks that he got all this stuff thinking that he was hurting Miss Hillary Sanchez. Y'all tap the screen. Tappy tap tap, y'all. Get these taps up. I'm sitting here looking. I should be at 40K with 160 people in here, and I'm giving y'all all this tea. Y'all tap the screen, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would appreciate it. Let's get these taps up. Let's get these taps up. Thank you. And so as all of this is going on, Joe Diddy gets on live, and this is what he says. I'm gonna tell y'all some basis for the civil action. How he slandered and put out lies. Joe Diddy gets on live, sitting at that damn table with his damn eye rolling behind his head, talking about, well, they said to me that her husband, Nate, took her money all out the bank and left her with nothing in the bank. And then they said that that Nate took her credit cards and ran all her credit cards up, and now she got bad credit. And now he down there with another woman with a baby, and it's finito. This is his words. It's finito. Me and Charles is together. Me and Charles is a couple. Me and Charles is married. You and Nate is a done daughter. It's finito. It's over with. He gone. He took everything you own and he gone. Now, the thing that was so funny was that it was all lies. It was all lies against, first of all, my husband. They were lying on him, and they did it to try to humiliate me. It was all lies. And that's one reason why Joe Diddy got his ugly ass in court. Okay? And that's one reason why I got his ass in court. Is them type of lies, that slander, and it's negligent infliction of emotional distress. See, you need to understand general statutes in each state. See, these people pull up and Google what's slander. You need to get into, each state got their own laws and regulations on what it is. It's called elements. If these people violate the law and you can meet the elements, you have a cause of action. And they've already found out. They already can understand that. So as this stuff was going on, and you had Jonetta running around on this internet talking about the lies and the slander and the defamation. I'm in the background telling my supporters, y'all don't go in there defending me. Please do me one favor. If you see it, just screen record it. Stamp date it. I need it to be stamp dated and screen recorded. And let me give you this phone number where y'all can send the videos to me at. Break them down and send them to me. They was breaking them down, sending them to me. Nobody could understand why Miss Hillary Sanchez at the time wasn't going in them panels yelling and screaming and cussing them out. Because y'all know I can eat with the best. Y'all know I can eat at an all-you-can-eat buffet and still leave no crumbs when it come to eating them folks up. But see, I had to think. I had to think, and what came to mind was Benjamin Franklin's. Do y'all know that man who was on some money? If I'm not mistaken, is it not a Benjamin Franklin on some money? And so I had to think. I said, wait a minute. Now they out here slandering me, and if I go on their live and it's just going to be an argument back and forth because there was a discussion. But if I don't go on their lives and argue with them and I'm just doing my show and I can rebut my show, and it's called mitigating your damages. It's called I can get on my show to try to repair the damage that they caused, because you can't sit and lie and wait. You've got to mitigate your damages. You've got to try to make it better, because at the end, they're going to look at, okay, this is her numbers. This is how many subscribers she had. This is how much money she was making on social media before they started to slander her and defamate her character and her reputation and her husband's. This is the peak, and this is how it dropped, and this is how she recovered. And so people need to understand the legal aspect of things. Let me get a drink. Hold on. Y'all tap the screen while I get a drink. Tap the screen. And so a lot of people don't understand that. They don't get it. That if somebody is slandering you, to where it rises to a level of defamation, and you have suffered, if you have suffered financially because of what they did, and you can prove what they said was false, and they knew or should have known they were saying was false, and they put it out there anyway. It's called redistributing, where you redistribute the lies. It's just as no different anybody who redistributed than the person who said it. And so we all know when you go on social media and you put something out there, it's out there. You no longer can pull it back. You can't pull it back. So you have your damages. You have all those things. So ask yourself this question. Let's clock this. And we're going to continue. Let's clock this. Have y'all heard him talking about Miss Hillary Sanchez? Have you heard Joe Diddy say anything about Miss Hillary Sanchez? Have you seen them talking about any damn thing that they was running their mouth about before I filed that lawsuit? The answer is no. The answer is no. And so Glizzy don't realize, y'all, Will y'all tell me to show y'all something? I need you to tap the screen. Let's get to 46K and I'm finna show y'all something. Y'all tap the screen. I'm gonna pull up a photo to show y'all. Tap the screen, please. I would appreciate it. Just tap, tap, tap. Let me do what I do. And y'all tap the screen. Thank you. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. This is what Miss Hillary Sanchez is going after. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that picture there? See, he done ran his damn mouth. And when I get this judgment on Glizzy, I'm picking that damn trailer up and it's coming across the United States on down here to Connecticut. See, they easy to be picked up and hauled on. So I don't have the time when it comes to Glizzy. And you know, Lily's little tap dancing ass can still stay in there. And Charles need to get his damn Xbox out of there with his bobbing damn ass and go on and do whatever he do. But I want them to understand something. This is what's fit to happen when I get this judgment. This is what's finna happen. And I'm gonna turn it into a zoo exhibit for kids and people to go visit. And you know they got to have a gas mask on to go in there. And you know you need to have all type of body suits and everything else. So, but Joe Diddy, y'all, don't realize what he got himself into. He just don't understand what he got himself into. And this is the thing. This is the thing. Glizzy is trying to act like a literally like a church man. Joe Diddy is trying to act like a church man now, trying to be so nice. Y'all seen him being all nice and polite and doing this and doing that. No, sir, ma'am. You had your damn opportunity to be nice and everything else. That ain't nothing but a damn skit you playing. That ain't nothing but a damn skit you playing, Joe Diddy, and you a horrible ass actor at that. You are a horrible ass actor at that. Nobody on this app is fooled by you, sir, ma'am. Nobody on this app is fooled by you at all. And the sooner you realize this, the better off you gonna be. Miss Hillary Sanchez can stand in a room and can smile and be noticed and can blend in. When you bring your ugly ass in a room, everybody is looking for Raid, bleach, Lysol, bear traps. You know, the zoo handlers, veterinarians, trying to figure out how in the hell did you get out? This is what I'm saying to you. Now, what I will tell you is this, that Miss Hillary Sanchez knows how to play chess, not checkers. Okay? That's what I play. And you should have already known that, Joe Diddy. Now let me show y'all something else. Y'all tap the screen. We getting into it tonight. Y'all tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez. I would appreciate it. Tap the screen, y'all. Thank you very much for tapping the screen. Y'all tap the screen. Let me get to this next drop for y'all. Before I go to this other picture, just look here. Now, what damn woman is doing like this with her mouth? I want you to tell me what damn woman is putting food in her mouth doing like this. Doing a mouth like this. What woman do you know is doing that? What woman do you know that ain't got enough damn sense to put a napkin in front of her face and wipe her damn mouth? You got this damn man on here sitting here playing, trying to emulate people that he's not. Okay, I just saw this and I just saw this picture. Let me keep on going. Y'all tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all tap the screen. And then at the end, I'm going to tell y'all the creator on YouTube who's going to cover this story. I'm going to tell y'all the person on YouTube who's going to cover this whole court case from top to bottom. For the people that said, where are the receipts? Here is the receipt. Here is your first receipt, and let me adjust this so y'all can see. Let me adjust this so everybody can see. Oh, that made it even worse. How do I get this thing to move over? Let's see. Can y'all see that better that way than the other way? Can y'all see that? No. I may have to do it a different way. Y'all tap the screen. Let me find these other pictures of Joe Diddy. Y'all tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Can y'all see these cars? I got the license plate covered. Y'all can see the papers. Y'all see this? This is Joe Diddy them cars. This is on Joe Diddy them property. This is on Joe Diddy them Glizzy's property. This is on Glizzy's property. And you can see you can see the other trailers around them. I didn't know trailers that you could be that close together in trailers. You ain't got no privacy. Is that the shed or is that a trailer? Oh, that's the shed? Okay. Thank you for the gifts. What about that other thing behind that truck, y'all? Is that also a shed? They both sheds or one is a trailer? Y'all tap the screen. Oh, that's a shed? Okay, so that's a shed. That's the shed Charles punched? Not the whole family live there, David. So y'all mean to tell me this is the shed that Joe Diddy, that Charleston Chew punched that day? Y'all think that's the shed over there that he punched? Thank you for the gifts. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, probably. Yeah, so the car on the right side is the older car, and y'all can see the other one, the newer one, is over there. But let's go on to some other photos, y'all. Y'all hold on. Tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez, y'all. Tap the screen. Thank you. Tap, tap, tap. Let's get them up. Let's get to 55K in taps. Thank you. I appreciate it. And shout out to all the YouTube people in here screen recording for your platform on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. At least give me a shout out in y'all videos. I see all y'all clips that y'all do. Give Miss Hillary Sanchez some credit since you posted it. Give Miss Hillary some credit, please. And thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I gotta be careful about these addresses. Okay, so y'all can see this is another shot of Joe Diddy's trailer. And if y'all can tell, this is that's the lawnmower that Charles be out there. Oh, what's up, DJ? This is the trailer that Glizzy be using to cut that grass. And then that's the different view, and y'all can see they got that truck that I just showed y'all from the front. Yes, we see from the front. That is true. So didn't he supposedly be didn't he buy some real Gucci bags? Honey, I don't know if Joe Diddy bought no Gucci bags, but if any real ones, but let me tell you something. If he did, we ain't seen them. But I literally don't think that this man, he the only one I know who can get Pikachu or whatever them pajama sets that they be squeezing they big back asses in and acting like it's something that is out here popular. I don't know where they getting this mess from. I really don't. I don't know where they getting all this stuff at to be on here and act like they trending and they got all this fashion and everything else. Pokemon. Oh, that's okay. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But okay, y'all. Tap the screen. Let's go on. So I'm gonna tell y'all that this one thing I will tell y'all that Joe Diddy didn't spare no expense on. They have a very sophisticated security system on this property. Thank you for the gifts. Joe Diddy got a very sophisticated camera set on this property because and I don't know what type it is, but the reason why I'm telling y'all is good. Oh, his ring, not his ring cameras. Don't tell me his ring cameras. No, it can ring cameras open up a door when you ain't home? It couldn't be no ring cameras, y'all. The holes next to the door, DJ. It couldn't be no ring. Does ring, you can unlock your front door with a ring camera. You can? Well, I don't know. What I can tell you is I know that, and anybody who was in the Miss Hillary Sanchez show last week when we had Carlos, Joe Diddy, Glizzy's former manager, in the house, that you remember when I said this to Carlos, and I don't know if y'all picked up on it, but I'm gonna repeat it. I said, Carlos, you remember when you guys were in Atlanta? Y'all remember that question? When I said, Carlos, do you remember when you were in Atlanta and Joe Diddy them forgot something that you had to go back there to get? And you remember when Carlos said, yeah, and then that dog had jumped up on me and got my clothes dirty. Y'all remember that? You guys remember that when I said that? Yes. Okay. So there go Lexi Mama. So when I said that, when I was saying that, see, y'all didn't know what was in that trailer that Carlos had to go in there to get to bring back to Glizzy them. Now, all the way back to Atlanta, okay, he had to drive. So it had to be something important if Glizzy and Charleston True had to stay put, and then the manager had to drive all the way back to Alabama and then drive down Nightmare on Elm Street. Could y'all imagine how dark it is coming down there with no street lights? And then you got Poe Carlos trying to find this trailer in the Never Land. And then you got that slow ass dog that runs around looking for Charles. And then he come out of nowhere and jumped all over Carlos and got Carlos' clothes all dirty. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And here is the problem, y'all. Here's the problem. You got Joe Diddy, who now is trying to act like he's holier than thou, that he's holier than thou. And then you got Charleston Chew trying to act like he Ike Turner. Think about it? You got Charleston Chew on here yelling and screaming at us and bobbing his head and slamming that phone down like he had it paid off, and he know damn well he got that phone on an extended payment plan like he owned it, slamming that phone down, telling us what he gonna do and what he ain't gonna do and what we gonna accept and what we got to not accept. It's insane to me. It's really insane to me, and I don't get it. See, if he would have kept his damn mouth closed, if he would have kept his damn mouth closed about black women, African American women, and their children, left me alone, left Duchess alone, left all these women alone, Hurricane Hillary would have been gone. But see, when you dealing with somebody like Joe Diddy, who love these freak offs, see, when somebody like Joe Diddy, you got to come in full force. You can't let up on Joe Diddy. You can't. He's sitting around there acting like he can do the wobble down there in them places and projects that he was making fun of people for being in the projects. You had Joe Diddy's whole ass down there trying to do the wobble, in there trying to do the damn wobble, and couldn't do a damn thing, and wasn't doing nothing but sitting out there farting and belching and throwing funk around outside. And it was a good thing it was raining and that the wind was blowing, because I don't know what they call themselves doing. It was not nothing to do with no wobbling, no nothing. It was horrible. Now, the thing, as I was saying, when it came to the manager Carlos, see, Carlos was the best thing that happened to Joe Diddy and Charleston Chew. I'm telling y'all the God heaven knows truth. Carlos was the best thing that happened to these folks. And if, as you can see, since Carlos ain't dealing with them, when have you seen them doing all them skits? And when have you seen them doing all of their appearances and going around doing these club performances and everything else? When do you see them doing anything, costumes, anything that you seen when Carlos was managing these people? You can barely get these damn people to go into Walmart and go live. You ain't never seen them do nothing since Carlos been gone. Tell me if I'm wrong. Hello, Mia. Welcome in, sweetie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, Carlos. We got Carlos in the house, y'all.
Oh, Carlos is in here?
Carlos is in the house. Hello, Carlos. Welcome in again to the Miss Hillary Sanchez Show. You are welcome to come up if you want to, Carlos. If not, everybody say hi to Carlos.
I missed Carlos last time. I had a question.
Yes, Carlos is here.
I had a question for Carlos.
Well, let me see. Carlos, would you like to come up for a minute?
Because that night you had Carlos on, I went to bed. I was so tired.
Let's see if Carlos comes up.
He said he's driving to Denver.
Oh, he's driving. Okay, he can't come up.
We'll
But
catch him next time.
we'll catch you next time. You can just listen in.
I'm going to remember my question, though.
She'll remember it. Hey, Carlos, it's good to see you, buddy. And don't forget, Carlos, we gonna do my song. We finna drop that song, my remix. We gonna drop my remix. Carlos said, what was the question, Mia?
So, when me and Charles was on the phone, I had asked Charles, what happened to them purchasing that house in Atlanta? Everybody know what I'm talking about? The house that they said that they were looking at and purchasing and things like that. And Charles was basically saying like Carlos, kind of, what did he say? Planned that whole thing for them to go and look at a house and act like they were buying it for the reality show. So I was trying to see, was that just something for like the show, or were they really like purchasing that house? Because Charles said they didn't, huh?
What he said, that's not true.
Okay.
$1 million.
Because we seen them go. Am I the only one that seen them look at that house?
Charles lied. So let me tell you this. So Carlos cleared up a lot. So Carlos just said in the comments that that's not true. $1 million home. Charles lied. So there was never a house that they were going to purchase in Memphis. That was a promo deal. That was a promo deal that Carlos had set up for Joe Diddy, also known as Glizzy, and Charleston Chew. That was a promo deal that they had did and was paid for. They was never going to be in that house in Memphis where they act like here go the keys, here this, here that. It was all a promo deal. And that came directly from Carlos.
Okay, it was Memphis. Why did I think it was a house in Atlanta? They were talking about purchasing.
There was a house in Atlanta. That was the $1 million house. That was the house where something flew up next to Charles and seemed like they took off his ear, because in pictures it looked like he ain't even got ears. So that was when that's when Joe Diddy was in that dough looking like Miss Santa Claus. The Grinch stole Christmas in a mixture of Miss Santa Claus shaped like a damn pear, talking about, Charles, your house is ready. That time, that when he had on all that damn red with that blonde ass hair.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. Yeah, people saying, yeah, Atlanta. They were acting like they were moving to Atlanta, about to purchase this house, this, that, and the third. And that's when, I was being nosy and I asked Charles about it, and he was like, no, we can't even afford that house. You know what I mean? That was something Carlos set up for the reality show. So we had, footage and stuff to film. I was like, oh.
But that was straight promoting. That was just promoting that house. It was all a lie. And this is what I can tell y'all. And that's why I tell y'all a lot of stuff that Joe Diddy do. is lie. For those of you that weren't in my exclusive interview with Carlos, who is driving to Denver, drive safe, Carlos, who's checking in on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. Shout out to you. He cleared it up for us. And this is how he cleared it up. He said it straight from his mouth. He said that Joe Diddy them, and I want y'all to hear me clearly. Joe Diddy them clearly knew that they wasn't buying that house. They also, and Carlos also knew that them purses and bags wasn't real. But Joe Diddy wasn't supposed to get his hillbilly ass out there pulling out all them damn bags out that garbage bag in front of everybody bragging. Now you got to be one of the smartest people to know if I'm coming on social media to perpetrate mean faking, pop my collar and everything else. If I'm coming on social media to fake the funk, I'm not pulling out no damn hefty black garbage bag that they done gave me in the swap meet. And you out here, we went shopping and we did our thing and we was in pain and we was still recovering and we did what we did and it's the T.I. is and I did and I don't mean to get on here bragging, but I is what it is. I'm like, dude.
Hold on. Is he saying bring... somebody said Carlos said bring him... Are you saying Carlos said bring him up? Is that what you're saying?
Carlos already said he's driving.
He said bring him up. That's what they keep saying. Is he saying
I
that?
didn't see him in the comments. Okay. Hello, Carlos. Thank you, y'all, for letting me know he's connected. Hello, Carlos. Welcome in to the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. I think he's buffering. Oh, there he is. Hey, Carlos.
Hello.
How are you?
You all hear me?
We can hear you.
Doing good. So I just wanted to clear. I answered that question that you guys asked me that the other night, and about that house situation. That is that house. It was the house in Atlanta, the $1 million home. Remember, I told you that house. A friend of mine sent me actually the booking agent. So a partner of mine who I work with, he's a booking agent and books a lot of talent, all the celebrities you could think of. He's the one that I had to book them for various things. He sent me the home for me. So initially the $1 million house he sent to me and said, well, I think you all would like this house. You should, you'll like, this is a nice house in Atlanta. I think you all will do very well with this house. Speaking of my wife and I. And I told him that I was not interested in moving to Atlanta, but I would pass this along to some clients who wanted to move to Atlanta, or just move in general. And so that's when I sent the house to them for them to take a look at. And the rent on the house, again, it was for sale for like $1.2 million, or they could rent the home. The rent price, fully furnished, was $13,000. Unfurnished, it was $10,000. Now Charles has lied to you about the house. For one, if we filmed anything, we send a camera crew to film things. We never sent the camera crew to the house with them because that was not a part of anything for a show. That was their interest in wanting to move to the house. And now Charles they looked at a few different houses. Charles has always had an attitude of, we don't have the money to be able to buy this. So he always, he think they're broke. Just, he think they don't have the money. Now the other person, Joe, thinks that they have, the money to be able to do whatever because they make the little social media money. So, so Joe always have to tell Charles that, well, we can do this, we can do that. But Charles, so Charles saying that he didn't think they could afford the house. That part is accurate because he says that about almost anything. But the house was not initially sent to them to look at. It was sent to me, but I did not want to move to Atlanta. So I sent it to them to look at, because they were interested. Now, what they weren't interested in was the deposit. The deposit was going to be 2 months rent up front. So they're going to pay about $26,000 to have the house fully furnished because they didn't want to be able to have to also furnish the house themselves. And because I told them it was going to be like $42,000 for the year for furniture for the house furnished. But no, that's not true with whatever Charles told you. That's not true at all.
And Carlos, I apologize. When you were on the other night, I had jumped off like before y'all went into, so I didn't hear that part of it. So I was just asking questions because I was curious, but I don't know if you remember when me and Charles had the phone conversation and that whole thing unraveled. And he was just, sharing, a lot of stuff. And I think I was asking Charles, I'm like, why do you, continue to take that type of treatment, from Netta or whatever? Why don't you leave? And I wasn't saying it in a smart way, but I just don't think that when you're in a relationship with somebody or a marriage, you should be calling them bees and disrespecting them and belittling them. So I was just asking that, and his response to me was, what people don't know is that trailer is in my name.
The trailer is not in Charles' name. Charles is not even he's on no information for the trailer. That is not true. That's why it was been said by Joe that Joe can put Charles out the trailer because it's not, Charles' name is not on the trailer. Now, they were going to, whatever house they were going to get, they were going to try to get together where they would have something in both their names. But the trailer was not in Charles' name. So that's also another lie.
Why would he think that the trailer's in his name?
He just, I don't think he thinks that. I just think that he knows he's lying. And he thinks he can just lie to people and, just get by with lies.
Oh, okay.
So someone asked me to ask in the comments to ask you, do you potentially, I got a two-part question. So do you potentially have, if you want to exercise your right as the manager and you have a contract with them to bring any action against anybody who's currently managing them now, or would it just be against Joe then?
No, it'll be against anybody.
Against anybody who's infringing on your contract, right?
Yeah, because and the girl who's currently working with them, her name is Tiffany. She doesn't really she's just trying to find a way to get into entertainment for real. She kind of helps as a flunky for Rick Ross' car and bike show every year. And she's never done real work. And she got a lot of pictures with celebrities she's met, but she haven't really worked in the entertainment space. So she's just, trying to make a name for herself. But I don't know what she's making, but even when she was when I was working with them, she was taking pennies to essentially do some work. That's why I hired her, right? Because, of course, if I can keep the costs down, on a team member, of course I'm going to do it. So, so I don't imagine that she's coming around now wanting to actually be paid what she probably should be as a manager versus the pennies that she's always had taken.
Mm-hmm. So has Joe them made any attempts after you put out those notices and basically warned them on social media about what they're doing? Have they tried to renegotiate the contract with you or try to come to some type of agreement to where y'all can both work things out off the app?
No, I'm not interested in working anything out.
you and you literally will be able to seek damages and know everything that they pulling in from all these sales and the seasoning, which was your idea, and all this other stuff they claim they got going on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, and again, I have attorneys on my side. I have, like I've mentioned before, I have worked with hundreds of attorneys that I'm friends with. So they could never go against the legal capacity or the legal backing, rather, that I have. So even if they tried to hire a lawyer, that lawyer couldn't keep up with the amount of attorneys that we have.
Can I say something? So, question, Carlos. Now, so I'm sure that your contract says that anything they're booked for, you get a percentage of, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And again, as I mentioned a while ago, all our contracts with our clients state that we still receive a percentage up to a year after no longer working with the client.
Right. Okay. So your company was supposed to get a percentage of the 20 verses that they did, because they got paid for doing the 20 verses. I was told they got paid for that appearance.
Yeah. I'm sure they did. So we're going to do an audit when the time is right. We're just,
okay.
When the time is right, we're just going to do an audit, a complete audit of whatever they receive. And yeah, I mean, this is just legal jargon now. But whenever we'll have a way of being able to go back and look at all that, right? So we can subpoena for all the social media records. Mm-hmm. We can subpoena for every business dealing. We can subpoena for the emails from the email that they created. All of that information, we should be able to subpoena through discovery and be granted that documentation.
Right. And a lot of people don't know what discovery is. A lot of people don't understand what discovery is. I know what it is, and it's something that you're entitled to when you file a lawsuit. You get to discover facts, including financial records and everything else, to build your case. So you're playing that very, very smart. Like you playing chess. And see, they don't realize how much of a bad legal move they making. And you told me yourself, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Did you not tell me that Glizzy, Joe Diddy would call you at 7 a.m. for absolutely nothing?
Yeah, almost every day. Almost every single day.
Every single day for absolutely nothing. And I have to say, so when I want to ask, I know you answered this question, but I believe you, but there were people on this app who reported that the trailer is in Charles' name. That's why Mia said that. So, and he told Mia that. So you don't have to disclose how you know if you don't want to, but are you confident that trailer is in Joe's name only?
Yeah, I'm 100% confident in that.
Okay. Mia, did that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. I'm just wondering, like, I understand. So basically at the end of the day, huh?
I'm talking to the comment. Go ahead.
So basically, Charles just lied to me about that. So I'm wondering, like, what else was a lie? Because why would you sit up and say the trailer's in your name? That's why you can't leave. Clearly, you don't want to leave.
Yeah, clearly. Just because something is in your name doesn't mean that you cannot leave. So that doesn't even remotely.
Right. You're right.
Also, I just also told you that, so I don't know. You need to fact check the entire conversation that you had with him. So I also told you that the thing about the house was a lie as well. So I mean, he to me, that's out of the two things you mentioned, both were falsehoods.
Wow. I'm sitting up here believing because I'm like, why would he lie? But okay.
Thank you for the gifts. Yeah. So Carlos, did you ever catch, and you don't have to talk about an example, but did you ever in your dealings with Joe Diddy or Charleston True ever catch them lying to you about stuff?
No, I don't think they really had a reason to lie to me about anything.
So you knew about all of this. Was it your idea about the cookbook and food truck?
Yes, yeah, all those were my idea. Yes, that is correct. I had, and actually, in fact, when it came to the food truck, I had, found a way for them to get a food truck. That process is going to be about, so there's a food truck company in California that kind of like leases food trucks that they have for like $3,000 to $5,000 a month. But you have to be in California. And so that was the only thing. So the reason we did not really have a food truck is because our other food trucks are way too expensive that they didn't want to pay for. But this company, I tried my best to try to negotiate with them, but they just, only wanted to work with companies in California for their food trucks, because they also take care of the permitting and stuff in California and in the various counties in California for the food trucks.
And so are you aware, I mean, obviously you know this, that you are aware, and I'm going to say it on this app. I don't know if you're aware or not, but Joe Diddy ain't been paying taxes on all this money that he claimed that he was making, and that he's going to be in a lot of tax trouble.
Yeah, no, I'm certainly aware of that. And in fact, I mean, I found the tax preparer that filed Charles' taxes, and Charles was the only one to file taxes off his.
Thank you for the gifts. Go ahead, Carlos.
Off of his job, the job that he worked.
Yeah, where he had before he got fired. See, yeah. So a lot of people don't realize that they thought they were trying to tell me, oh, Joe paid taxes. No, he didn't. He gets that money straight. No taxes was taken out of that money. And even when you were managing him, when y'all got y'all cut, he would get the rest of that money, and he hadn't paid taxes. But believe me, the IRS has a form that you can report people, and then when they go in and audit, they ask any money they collect, you get a reward. So I've already put my stake in, so y'all can come after me, but I've already filed mine. But you aware of that, right, Carlos?
Yes.
Yeah. So how long would you say when you put together that celebrity meet and greet thing for them at that reception? Did they say, okay, they're going to sit for 30 minutes, 40 minutes? How long was that actual filming that those actual celebrities were there at that reception, if you recall?
Yeah, they were there the entire time.
Oh, so they were there the entire time. But they had never met Joe and Charles or knew them until you got together with Joe people and then they were introduced.
Some of them had already knew of them. They knew who they were. That's why they all came, because they were familiar with who they were. But only one of them had actually met them. Yeah.
Okay. But were you going to say something, Mia? She may have stepped away. So on your contract, Carlos, if you can remember, wasn't it? Is it true or was it a lie on the part of Joe Diddy? Was it true that when you have like an agreement with you, you pay a certain amount of money per month to you in addition to everything else? Is that true?
Red lane blocked.
Oh, he's going in a dead. Can you hear me? He's going through it. He's traveling on a freeway. He's in a dead area. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? He's in a dead zone right now, but can y'all hear me? Okay. He gonna drop, he'll come back. You guys, let me say this. Let me say this. I want to say this. Hello, DJ World. Let me welcome you into the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. So let me say this. You are always welcome over here. Always welcome over here in my box. You're always welcome. Some things that people don't know, for instance, it could be Carlos, it could be someone else who doesn't want people that they don't know or say in the box to question them. So I would need to get his permission, like nothing against you if you had a question for him. But go ahead and unmute. You got the floor.
Yeah, I'm always on mute till I say something, but yeah, that's why I went ahead and dropped down, because the moment that he started talking, I had about 20 questions. They just popped up. They popped up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first one I want to know is how all this stuff right here start? And at the moment that they called him or whoever contacted who, what was this stuff about? I just want to hear it. That's all I wanted to know.
So you wanted to hear, how did Carlos them come together?
Yeah, was this like a plan? Was this a corroborated?
So
yeah.
So I mean, you would probably love to prefer to hear it from him, but I'll tell you because I know. So Carlos, actually, their company reached out to Glizzy. They actually reached out to Glizzy because they seen him on social media and seen that they were trending, and they did their research and looked at the views and the numbers, and there was all types of things he mentioned, very professional words. And then he reached out to them and they spoke about some things. And then after that, he sent them contracts out, and they reviewed the contracts and they signed the contracts electronically, and the rest was history. Now, I said this when I've had Carlos on my show, and if you come back in, I'll say it again. So I'm not saying anything that I didn't say before. I said, did anybody interpret the contract for radio, or did Joe do it, or did they have time to review their contract? How many days did they get it, and how many days did it take them to get it back? Just little things that I had little questions for. But go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, I just, even stuff like Lily, like Lily's safety and stuff, like what was Lily's well-being like and stuff like, and I also have questions in reference to on whether or not if he actually went in that trailer, what it smelled like, what it consisted like in that area. That's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, I ain't talking about what he said.
Those are great questions.
Well, I have several. And that's not all of them. And aside from that right there, I want to know too, when they was sitting up in that car, who was sitting at the window? Was Glizzy riding the hump, or did Rolandis, was they like two homeboys? It's a bunch of questions that I got. Yeah, it's a bunch of them motherfuckers, not just what he said, like during the damn interview. I'm talking about when they first started. Yeah, this when this shit first started. I want to know how it went down. You know what I'm saying? How does shit go down? Did they damn draw a plan in the dirt or what? What they do?
Well, and I'll say this, that Carlos was really, very clear and things, but Carlos said that anytime that Glizzy left that trailer, him and Charleston Chew, that Lily was taken to somebody and cared for. They never left that dog overnight or in long periods of time. Carlos said that the dog would always be taken to somebody and somebody cared for the dog. So
Yep. Well, if he come back up here, not to cut you off, he come back up here and stuff, just don't forget to ask him and stuff about them sandals, them slides that Glizzy be wearing, them geriatric slides. Ask him about them. Yeah, I want to know because he said that Glizzy didn't have his stuff together. He said on your pedal that Glizzy had to buy a bonnet everywhere they went. So how he never remembered to take the bonnet, but he always had them geriatric slides with him because he had them bitches on the cruise. He had them slides everywhere.
right, you guys tap the screen, and I will definitely ask him that. One other thing I'll say to you before you go, DJ, is that Glizzy and Charleston Chew, we know this for a fact that wherever or whoever making that toxic clothes and materials that they wearing ought to have a prison cell already waiting for them, because I can only imagine the acid and all types of lead that's in that damn mess that them folks is doing and wearing. It's insane. But I
don't know. I not to cut you off. I showed it on it's on YouTube. The spot where they be getting their gear from and stuff. It's in the same parking lot that the pig in. The same parking lot that the pig. It's called 2 something. They got an eyelash on it and stuff. That where they be getting them outfits from. Yeah, they went up in there and got them. I think they probably got them about 6 or 7 a piece, probably about $80. Yeah, they went up there and talked them down on it. But that where they get them from. That fake silk looking stuff they be having on, them pajamas. It's at the same parking lot, right down from the Little Caesar.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to definitely ask him that if and when he get better reception, I will definitely ask him that, DJ. And don't be a stranger over here on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show.
Oh, for sure. I'm in the comments. I want to hear. Yeah, definitely ask him, and I appreciate you add me to. You had to drop me for some reason. I can't get up off here. But.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, y'all. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. I hope. I don't know if I got my but we'll see how it works. So I want to say this. See, a lot of people, there is no one who knows Glizzy like this manager Charles do. Y'all heard what he said. Glizzy calling a married man, who was his manager, every day at 7 a.m. What in God's name would you be calling that man that damn early for? You talked yourself out of the Tones by Coco contract thinking you was slick and you was the manager. You hired a manager, Glizzy, so everybody else you wouldn't have to worry about that stuff. You was paying a manager to do all the stuff, but you was out here thinking you was the manager, and that was your problem. And now you finna get your ass sued all which way from the left to the right. You getting ready to get sued from the left to the right, from the rooter to the tutor. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want nothing to do with that bedroom, and I don't want nothing out of that bathroom if I have to collect on that trailer for my judgment. I don't want none of that stuff. That septic system, you can keep it all. You can have it all. Hello, Chrissy. Welcome into the Miss Hillary Sanchez show.
Hey everybody, I just got to the grocery store, so I am here.
Oh,
I gotta pick up a few items, but I am here listening, and I'll be right back in with you guys because I got something to say.
okay, sweetie. Okay. Let me know when you're back. So, y'all, let me continue on. So, the thing that I love about Carlos, is he don't have no reason to lie on these two damn men. He don't got no reason to lie on these men. Y'all tap the screen. Let's get to 90K, y'all. Y'all power tap the screen. Thank you. Tap the screen. He has no reason to lie on them. There's nothing that he got a contract. They're under contractual obligation. They messing with the wrong person. This man is paid to cause havoc. He could do damage control. He can do reputation, this and that. Like, this man does all types of business. They didn't mess with the wrong people. It makes no sense. Keep up the good work, Hillary. Thank you very much. Thank y'all for tapping the screen. I want to say this, and we got to keep on going. I want to pick up my story, and unless we get Carlos in here again. If not, we'll go from there. But if not, I want to continue to go in. Y'all tap the screen, and let's get into, do you guys think, Mia, if you in here, I don't know if you know how to set up a poll, Mia, but if you could set up a 1-minute poll, and here's the question I want to ask this 285 people on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. Do y'all believe that Joe Diddy is going to show up to Superior Court next week, put like a smiley face up? And if you think that Joe Diddy is not going to show up, put a angry face, or a smiley face for yes, or a thumbs down for no. I would like to get just what y'all think of mad face. Okay, we got the mad face. No. We got a yes. No. Y'all keep voting, because I would like to know. I would really like to know. Another thing that I would like to know from y'all is, do y'all think Glizzy is gonna hire lawyers in this federal case? Do y'all think Glizzy gonna hire him a lawyer? Is he going in there to represent himself? What y'all think? Do y'all think Glizzy gonna hire a lawyer, or is he gonna represent himself? I'm watching these comments and they got me choking. Self-representation. Somebody said, who Glizzy? I'm sorry, I'm new here. Glizzy is Joe Diddy. Netta. I just picked up using Glizzy off of DJ. I picked that off of DJ World. I think is DJ World 2020. I think that's something like that. I picked it off of him. He called him Glizzy, but I call him Joe Diddy. Joe Diddy. Okay, you're welcome. Well, the thing, Mia, in the criminal case, yeah, you can be appointed public defenders and stuff, but not in this civil case. Y'all, thank you for the gifts. Thank you. You cannot be appointed a public defender. It ain't no such a thing as a public defender in civil court. You got to either represent yourself or have a lawyer. Do y'all think, the question I wanted to ask Carlos? There is a company that y'all don't know about. There is a company that y'all don't know about that Joe Diddy got in his name. Okay? I'm telling y'all, there's a company that Joe Diddy got in his name, at least on paper. At least on paper, it appears to be a company. It's on paper. He's got a business license, registration, all of that. It's all there. I wanted to ask Carlos about that, if he knew about that. But yeah, so Bumps Are Us LLC. Does anybody in here and this is more or less of a intermission question. Thank you guys for the taps. Thank y'all. Let's get to 90K. Y'all, thank y'all for tapping for Miss Hillary Sanchez. Do you guys think that Joe Diddy can cook? Is anybody in here think that Joe Diddy can cook, under the impression that he can cook? And if you say yes, my next question to you is, have you tried any of his food? His big back meals and all that stuff? Hell no. Y'all tap the screen. You know when somebody say hell no, it remind me of Color Purple, in that line where that lady, Miss Millie, had asked Celie, or was it Celie or somebody, that they asked, who do you want to work? You want to be my maid? I think it was Sophia. Oprah played Sophia. And they had said, you want to be my maid? And Oprah said, hell no. See, I'm finna show y'all something. Is anybody in here, do y'all remember the character that the show called Shaka Zulu? It was an old movie called Shaka Zulu. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember Shaka Zulu? Huh? Y'all tap the screen. Do y'all remember the witch doctor? Now take away Joe Diddy's glasses and his shirt off. Don't he look just like that damn witch doctor off of Shaka Zulu? I mean, I'm being honest. He looked just like a damn voodoo doll. I mean, look like a damn voodoo doll. Now, do y'all see where Miss Hillary Sanchez was in Joe Diddy's live yesterday? And y'all can see on this super chat, it says the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. And in the super chat, I said, Joe, see you in court next week. Look how Joe Diddy was looking at that comment, y'all. I caught his eye, didn't I? I caught Joe Diddy's eye. Look how his eyes. Now his eyes was in agreement. Look at the eyes, how his eyes locked in, and they right in agreement with each other. There ain't no confusion going on right now. They're aligned perfectly. That's what I tell y'all. It's certain times that this man is able to get them eyes in complete agreement, in unison with each other. I don't care what nobody say. They can get together, and they're right here in together. They align perfectly on each side. Tell me if I'm wrong. They look straight. They completely look straight. I'm telling you. Is Lord knows I'm telling you. So I know, like, I know, like, when you got somebody like this man, when you got somebody like this man sitting up here calling everybody ugly, ugly ass this, you ugly that. I just don't understand what is not comprehending. What is not comprehending? And then I got to go back to what the word on the street was. If in fact that was true, that Joe Diddy was in high school at 17 in the ninth grade, that explains everything. That explains everything, because if you was being escorted, as they said, from each classroom and down to the cafeteria, it explains everything. It just really starts to put things into perspective. Now, the thing where I'm kind of trying to piece together on the Miss Hillary Sanchez show is what happened. Y'all tap the screen, tap, tap, tap. Let's get to 100K. Y'all show up for Miss Hillary. I must stay on longer. Y'all get me up to 100K. We're going to do extended hours today since we don't have to do anything on Monday. Tap the screen. Let me see them taps going up. Thank you. When Joe Diddy is in school, running around doing whatever he was doing, his eyes in that high school picture, y'all, was just like this. They was in agreement. He had a high top like that kid in Play. His head, he had his high top looking just like a nice looking black young man. He looked like a nice young black man. Now, what I need to figure out about Joe Diddy was, who did he run his mouth to that cocked his ass in his head and his eyes started to do the wobble? And they just did the wobble and took a mind of their own, because we know something happened. We're missing something. We got to be able to fill in the gaps. We got to be able to fill in the gaps, because I'm confused. I'm confused because he wasn't playing football. And if he had the type of mouth, if he had the, thank y'all for 100K. Thank you so much for the 100K. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the gifts. Because if in fact he had this mouth that he had on TikTok when he was talking about women and their children and putting black women down, then that would explain a lot. That would explain a lot to me why we are where we are today. Now, what's confusing to me is when you got these two fraternity brothers sitting back in that trailer acting like they a couple when they two bros that just be bored. You get a Bud Light, you sit down, you drink a Bud Light. You hungry, you go in there and you cooking up some bull crap that you calling food, and you acting like you in the kitchen actually doing something. You ain't doing a damn thing but wasting perfectly good food that other folks could be getting and using. What all you need to do, Joe Diddy, is stick to TV dinner, stuff that's already made, Meals on Wheels. There's something that you was used to when you was getting your SSI check and they was delivering your meals to you at your apartment. Go back to that. They would be okay with you skipping the portion of preparing that food, and then just do your chores, your lunch is ready, and show your damn plate. You don't need to show nobody what you doing before you do that. You was fine there. Hello, Mia. Welcome back.
Hey,
Hey, sweetie.
I'm just so taken back by that lie.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that on the back end. Well,
Yeah, that was crazy.
well, I mean, I know. When I heard that, I was literally like, huh? I was struggling in the comments to figure it out. Like, I heard it, but I still was trying to process it. Trying to process what was being said.
But remember when they were on the phone on the Instagram call with me, and Joe was telling Charles he can go, he can get his stuff and go.
Well, yeah, I heard that. I told you that. He said, you can get your stuff and go. I don't care. I don't care. You can
Yeah,
go. So it all makes sense now.
yeah. Because I was saying here like, how can Joe put you out your own trailer? That don't make sense.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense now because Carlos would know.
Carlos,
You know what I mean? He don't have no reason to lie. He don't have no reason to lie on them.
there's no reason at all that Carlos would lie about anybody. There's absolutely no reason at all that Carlos would lie about anybody at all.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
None at all. So you guys tap the screen for Miss Hillary Sanchez. Let me say this to y'all, to my lovely audience. I appreciate y'all. Miss Hillary Sanchez really appreciates her viewing audience. I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate the platform that y'all allow me to come on and speak about. Even though these people be in here mad, punching the air, doing everything they can because they jealous and they upset of the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. Thank you for the people who come in here and show up and show out for Miss Hillary Sanchez. I appreciate you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for everything that y'all do for me. But let me tell y'all something. I'm finna show up for y'all and I'm finna show out for y'all. And I'll tell you, anybody who misses Miss Hillary Sanchez lives, don't worry. Tune in to the Miss Hillary Sanchez show on YouTube. Go back and recap. If you want to know the history, start at the bottom, work your way up the videos. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I would appreciate it. It is time for the Miss Hillary Sanchez show after dark. It is time. I want to thank my guests. I want to thank Carlos. I want to thank DJ. I want to thank all my guests who came up. Y'all want some mess? Y'all want to hear Miss Hillary Sanchez go off and eat and leave no crumbs? Head over to Miss Hillary Sanchez on my other page. This was monetized. We got to protect this one. But on this other page or two, tick or two, then y'all can see me. You guys, again, I'll type it in the screen if you need to know the live. The page. It is Hillary Sanchez. Y'all will see it with my picture. Hillary Sanchez, look it up. I'm going live in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I'm going live right over there. I'm ending the live here. I'm downloading the live and I'm going right over there to go live. So anybody who was in the box who want to come up, y'all come on over to the other page. Thank you, Mia. I'll see y'all in 2 minutes.
Okay, sis.
Okay, sweetie. All right.